Hello, hello.
Hello, Joey. I don't know why I said it like that.
We're on episode 59 today.
Yes.
And today we're giving you a list of 6 ways that a realtor will kill a deal for you.
We're talking professionalism and codes of conduct and ways to really mess up your deal.
Yeah. Lots of ways that a realtor can, just fumble all over the place.
Yeah.
So we're going to vent a little bit today.
We are.
We're also talking about some food stuff.
We are.
We're talking about dessert places. We're talking about mushrooms.
We get into mold.
We get into cheese. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Episode 59.
Episode 59.
Enjoy.
Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savel.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate, working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
How are you doing this week?
We survived another week.
Yeah, we did.
I wouldn't say we thrived. I would say we survived another week.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's been a long one.
Yeah. There's been, you know what though? But let's start lightheartedly.
Sure.
How was your week? And where'd you eat?
Week was great, food-wise. I mean, all around, it was a good week. We did this pretty cool pop-up. Do you ever have a restaurant called Campagnolo? Probably heard me talk about it a few times. Yeah. The whole backstory, basically, me and Age started dating there, and then I asked her to be my wife there, and yada, yada, yada. They closed down the year after I proposed to her.
Right. Shutting down restaurants.
Yeah, that's what we do, apparently. And the chef from there, Craig Harding, he's opened up a few other restaurants. Actually, I took Adriana to Bar Prima, his newest place. But long story short, he was doing a pop-up event of all the fan favorites from Campagnolo for one night and one night only.
Nice.
At my other good friend, John Paul Testa's place. Lardo on College.
Lardo.
Yeah, Lardo. He's been doing something pretty cool. He's been bringing in a bunch of different chefs doing like their signature dishes.
Oh, that's so cool.
And yeah, so it's like one night only. You pay a set price, wine pairing, all that. And so they did it with Campagnolo, and it was
unreal.
Oh,
yeah, that's amazing.
So nostalgic. Fantastic. The food was just out of this world.
Oh, that's nostalgic. Yeah. 100%.
Oh man, like the one thing I always remembered about Campagnolo is they would serve this burrata cheese with like grapes done in the stove.
Yeah.
So they're like hot, warm grapes. And when you see it, it just looks like it wouldn't be good. It is so good.
Hot, warm grapes,
burrata cheese, and a thick piece of bread.
Interesting.
The oil, I'm thinking of it now. And it's coming back up. Yeah. So yeah, the bone marrow, that was the first time, like when I used to work at a butcher shop, we couldn't give bone marrow away.
Right.
It was like a dog treat. Like people would come in, we're selling.
Oh, that's
like,
so funny.
We couldn't give it away. And then like also buco and the whole bone marrow dish has become so popular now that it's an elevated.
It's a thing
to offer.
I had it when I was in Mexico, and I went to that amazing Greek restaurant. They did bone marrow. Yeah. Cut a bone in half and just like season the inside of it. It's so funny.
Take your little spoon.
Yeah.
And this, they serve it on little crostinis. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, amazing.
And then we had the spicy spaghetti, which was
spicy spaghetti.
Oh, fan favorite. Probably one of the best dishes. It's not complex at all. It just...
Were these things on the menu originally?
These were all the best from the original menu.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, everything was wine paired. What was the name of the company that brought it? I think it was Labelle Wines. I may have pronounced that wrong, but he's an importer. And what he did was he paired every meal to an all-women... maybe vineyards, not the right say, wine producers. Mm-hmm. So the criteria was they had to be an all-women company producing these wines, and they're from all different parts of Italy. And
very cool.
It was a really good experience. So that was my that was a big treat.
That's a solid one.
Yeah. We went out. We spent the night, a good 2-3 hours sitting there. We had faccia brutto at the end.
Nice.
Famous amato that I like. It was a really good experience. I hope he does a few other pop-ups because it's
really cool idea.
Yeah, good concept.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. What about you? Where'd you get up to?
So a little less. Actually, you know what? I had an all right week this week when it comes to outings. I went to Henderson's Brewery.
Okay.
Which is on. Sorry, I'm going to remember this name. Oh, half my notes didn't show up again. Henderson's Brewery, which is right at
Sterling.
Yes.
Robert Watson.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was on Sterling. I went with a buddy of mine, one of the buddies that we jam with.
Nice.
Grabbed a couple of beers from there, and right near Sterling. The Italian restaurant.
Tironi. Yeah.
Tironi Sterling. Yeah. I walked into Tironi Sterling and I was like looking for the brewery.
That's, I think, in the space of the old Drake commissary was there.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, Drake, and now it's Tironi. It's such a cool little pocket in Sterling Road over there.
It is. It's a really nice little little pocket of buildings that really nice spot. They were doing sandwiches in the back. They have they had the game on. They had like one section where they sectioned off for the game.
Soccer
game.
Yeah.
I showed up after the soccer game.
Yeah.
And then they had sandwiches in the back that were like really affordable, nice little $5. You can get like a brisket sandwich kind of thing.
Ooh, you don't see $5 anything anymore these days.
I know. I was stoked about it.
Good deal.
And then I went to somewhere brand new that just opened up at Yonge and Eglinton, which is a dessert place called Mazika.
Okay.
Mazika. It's a gelato place.
I always call it Mitsuka.
Is that what it is? You looked at me weird when I said Mazika.
It's Italian, but you made it sound Greek. You're like, Opa!
Okay, I will say, I've been walking, every time we walk past it, there is a straight lineup for that place. There's blue velvet rope and a lineup outside of that place. And I was like, what in the world? How good there's like 6 gelato places on Yonge Street. Like, why is this one getting blue
ribbon service?
So we ended up going. We had me and Molly went for a night and just like stopped by there, waited in line with everybody, and oh my god, it actually held up.
You loved it?
Yeah, it was so good. I got biscotti, and hazelnut.
Oh, hazelnut's so clutch.
I'm sold on hazelnut.
Hazelnut's like the go-to. That or pistachio is my go-to gelato.
Pistachio makes a lot of sense too. And I got milk chocolate.
Okay.
Just because vanilla as like an alternate. I got a large.
Well,
I'm a large guy.
Not really. Not really shocked by that. Joey likes to, fully indulge in the experience, which, hey, I love you for it. It's funny. So, good friends Maria C., the Toronto Girls Walking Club, and Lorena, what's her stage name that I called her? From the movie?
Oh my God.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Oh man, this joke's getting ruined.
Oh no.
I was going to say Lorena Wiskowski, but that's from like Monsters, Inc.
No, Wiskowski.
Wiskowski. No. Lorena M., our friend Lorena M. I'm going to think of the name. I'm going to blurt it out when it comes to me.
Yeah.
Brockovich. Lorena Brockovich. Solving the Garden City problems one case at a time. They both told me really good things about it. Mitsuka.
I saw them on Instagram.
On the IG.
Yeah. It was really good. Like, no stomach pains afterwards either. Good. I don't do well with like tons of ice cream. And it was...
Are you lactose?
Probably.
Yeah, I think we all are.
I'm a lot of things toast. I think
it's a lot of toast. Yeah. I know cardio toast is one thing you
absolutely
suffer from. I've been for a few months suffering from cardio toast too. So it was good, worth the lineup.
Definitely worth the lineup. Yeah. I would suggest it. Honestly, it is the best gelato place. They've won awards and stuff like that.
I heard. Yeah, I think this is their second Toronto location because the main one's downtown that a lot of people have been hitting up.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to see them expanding.
Yeah, love it.
We need good gelato places in the city.
Yeah. And I'm still shouting out, we need more sandwich places. Listen, anybody looking to start run at a Yonge and Eglinton, please.
You got Joey's support.
We need more sandwiches. I'll be there every day.
Put a green velvet rope. Call him up. He's there. That's awesome. Not so much prepared food related, but almost the process before food related. I went fishing.
Oh, tell me about that experience.
Can I just say I love fishing? And I love it even more when you catch consistently. You're not sitting on a boat for 12 hours trying to think of what to say next. I got to give an incredible shout out to Captain Tal, Real Rush Fishing Tours.
Captain Tal.
Captain Tal is the man.
So it seems every time you've gone out with Captain Tal, you've been extremely successful.
And extremely in pain the next day. Fishing is a very labor-intensive sport.
It's my favorite that you're calling fishing a physical sport.
I am dead today. Let me set the parameters. So Captain Tal takes us salmon fishing.
Yeah.
I found him from fellow sager David Hutch posted a story on Instagram about him, and I was like, I've never done a charter tour. Definitely never done one on like I've done deep sea fishing, but never like Ontario charter tour. Mm-hmm. So let's try him out. He had a promo. I took him up on it. And this was in May. He took us out to St. Catharines. We got our American fishing license. We went to the American side. I think we caught about 15 fish that day. 15.
No, they were huge.
I thought they were big when I went out that time. This weekend was next level.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get into a tournament.
All right.
I'm taking this seriously. So we went out that time. We caught 15 beautiful salmon. We kept our limit of 10. We cut them up. We've cooked them about 2 or 3 times now. Yeah. Fantastic. Really good eating. So right after that first trip, I'm like, I need to, because he goes, oh, if you like this, in the summertime, all the salmon are in front of the CN Tower. And I'm like, no way, dude, you're pulling my leg. He's like, no, that's the migration pattern. They're all pretty much right in front of the CN Tower. You're fishing about 50 yards out from it. And
that's so funny.
So I was like, okay, I'll take you up on it. I booked it. Like, this was like 2 months in advance. Yeah. The day came on Saturday for us. 3 of us went out, Captain Tal and my friend. And literally from the CN Tower to Hanlon's Point, we just kept going back and forth. We easily caught at least 25 massive fish.
Oh my God.
Probably closer to 30, and 3 got off the line.
Oh my God.
It was insane. We started at 5 a.m. We left from Humber Bay. We got to the spot at about 5:15, 5:30. And from 5:30 to about 7:30, 8 o'clock, just nonstop.
That's insanity. Yeah. I've only ever gone fishing. I think I might have mentioned this. I've only ever caught, I think, a fish, and it was an accidental one. I caught him by the tail as he was swimming by the boat.
Yeah. Hey, come here, you. No, this is an experience. We're definitely going to go out this summer. There's a tournament starting that they do in Lake Ontario, and I did not believe this actually exists.
Oh, it is.
It's a proper tournament. Okay. Yeah. So it's like $30 to buy a one-day ticket, $300 if you buy for the whole summer, something like that. And biggest fish of the week wins $10,000.
Oh my God.
And if that fish goes on to be the biggest fish of the summer, it's an 8-week tournament, $50,000. And there's prizes every week for the top 10, I think possibly 20 fish. The lowest prize is like $200. You win your money back for your ticket.
Oh my God.
Eh?
I did not expect those prices. Those are serious prices.
The way this real estate market's going.
Oh my God.
I'm going salmon fishing. I was quite shocked by that, but it's just a really, I don't know, not nostalgic, like full circle experience to think like you're fishing with these condos and the whole city.
You see the CN Tower in the back while you're catching 25 plus salmon.
It's unreal. And then the other thing that was crazy is I caught one fish that had 2 lamprey eels attached to him.
Oh, what?
These are out of a science fiction. Yeah, they're disgusting. It's an invasive species.
Yeah.
They're like a snake-like creature.
Yeah.
Whose face is just teeth.
Oh,
they are disgusting.
Oh, that could be like like inspiration for a horror movie.
They basically suck the side of the fish and slowly just kill it.
Oh my God.
So I caught a salmon that had 2 lamprey eels tied to it. And I was like, what do we do? He's like, you have to kill the eels. So you cut the heads off of the eels because they're an invasive species.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It was disgusting. Yeah. Just use a pair of scissors and snip the head off.
And snip that.
Yeah. So we did our part. And we kept our limit of 10 fish. We brought them home, got them descaled, cleaned up. So if you want some salmon.
Oh, I'm coming by for some salmon.
I got you. Oh, I can bring a couple packs. We're getting them with frozen and packed and everything.
Packed up?
Yeah.
I love salmon.
Yeah, I'll bring you some. It's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The biggest fish we caught was, I think, close to 17 pounds.
Oh my God.
We're fishing in 150 feet of water. This fish took us out 400 feet. And it took me about 30 minutes to bring it into the boat.
Jeez.
It's like literally pulling a car out of the water.
That's so funny, man.
And my back is broken.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
you managed to make fishing physical. I'm impressed.
Oh, my Apple rings closed by like 9 o'clock. It's like, wow, you're off to a great start. I'll take it. I think the boat ride logged me as doing cardio.
You know, I got to tell you something. And this is maybe an embarrassing story, but I'm going to tell it anyways. I, at one point, was eating a meal that was so big that my Apple Watch went off. It said, do you want me to log this workout?
Now, was it heavy? Were you like curling the sandwich into your mouth?
My heart was just starting to go.
Elevated heart rate detected.
Just put into the work.
That's amazing. Can you shout out where this happened?
This was California Sandwiches.
Oh, that'll do it to you. Yeah. We should go after this episode.
Oh, I'm so game for that.
We can go down the street. All right. Well, that covers a lot of food.
Yeah, it does.
We're going to have Captain Tal's info. If you ever wanted to go fishing, you require nothing but a license. He is so kind-hearted and calm and really educates you on the process and respectful. And he's a really good captain to go out with.
Love it.
For anyone with young kids, like I think that would be a great experience for them. You're going to catch something.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. And it's going to be big and your kids are going to lose their mind like I did. I was like a 10-year-old on that boat.
Yeah, the pictures look like the size of my leg. Like easy.
Yeah. Oh, all day. The length of your leg, we caught a fish without a doubt. And that wouldn't have even hit the top 20 for the salmon tournament.
That's so crazy.
We have to go into the blue zone.
Oh, the blue zone is serious.
The blue zone is where the big boys lay. So I told Captain Tal, I'm like, we're going
to the blue zone.
We're going to the blue zone. Let's get to a little news you can use.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
News you can use.
Doodaloo, doodaloo.
We have the same note, but we're going to talk about what happened.
Let's get into it.
The Ontario Science Center. She's closed.
She's closed.
Out of the blue.
Into the blue zone and out of the blue zone. Science Center closed.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah. They just closed it, and apparently it was due to I guess whatever building structure they used for the roof.
Yeah.
Is now deemed unsafe.
Yeah, no, this had nothing to do with the Thermospa at Ontario Place and relocating it. It had nothing to do with the last 2 years of arguments over where the Science Center should be. This is just completely science, really.
Yeah.
It is science.
It was. Everything was okay, but then the next snowfall, that's the official ending of it.
Yeah. So Friday emergency, they closed it. However, if you had a party planned there this weekend, you can still have that party. No, it's safe enough. It's safe enough for this weekend. Yeah. But Monday, just evacuate, leave. That's sad.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. Look, if its days are numbered, I get it, but I think it should have been done in a little bit more of a respectful manner. Like,
I mean, the abruptness of it is pretty crazy.
Close it at the end of the year. Close it at the end of summer. Even summer's coming. The kids need things to do.
I know it's a bad time.
The last weekend of June. I don't know. Oh well. Have you been to the Science Center?
I went a couple times when I was
most memorable moment.
Field trips. There was a little I don't know what it was, like a body person.
Okay.
And you can open the door and read about the organs and things like that. And when you opened the mouth, the body would spew water, and it would sneeze, and it would teach you about the.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So what we did was we would open the door and then hold somebody's head as close as possible to the spit.
That's not so cool. Because I probably would have been that kid that had his head, but that's why I thought you would have said the static electricity.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be my second most memorable,
most iconic thing about it. Yeah. I hope they have some temporary.
The theater too.
The theater?
Yeah.
That's up there.
The Omni Theater?
When you sit in it? IMAX or something? Yeah. Did you do the basketball thing where they prove how gravity works? You're in the spinning cylinder?
I don't remember. If I did, I don't remember.
Yeah. See, I never had the anatomy thing, so maybe they swapped out my exhibit for yours. You're in this rotating cylinder, and you're supposed to throw a ball into the basket, and it proves that just with gravity, the ball, you'll never make the shot. It's impossible to make the shot. Dude, I took 25 shots before I was fine, science, I guess you're right. Well, RIP Science Center.
RIP until 2028 when the Thermospa.
Yeah. You didn't go for a massage and a Science Center experience. Whatever. That better not mess up with my salmon fishing.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm coming for you, Ford. Keep your hands off my fish. Okay, some personal news.
Yeah.
We're taking a little hiatus.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, not for lack of creativity or anything of that nature, but more for a vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking my first vacation this year. We're going to Spain and Italy.
That's right.
I'm very excited for both. Good friends of ours, Adam and Kenda, are getting married in beautiful Mallorca.
Yep.
So super excited for that. I've never been to Mallorca, and I know it's going to be a good time. All the friends are coming out, so it's going to be a big gang of us.
That's going to be a blast.
Super excited. And then I'm going to Sicilia, Sicily.
That's what that means.
That's what that means. Yeah, I'll have some mizzica. Going to Sicily. We're going to be there for a week. Never been to Italy a lot of times, but never Sicily. So first time for us. And nice. Then we end off the world tour in Rome.
Oh, nice.
We're flying out of Rome, and we're going to try and see Coldplay.
Are they playing in Rome?
7 days, 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah, Stadio Olimpico. Stadio Olimpico holds 80,000 people for a soccer game. So they don't need the field for a Coldplay concert. There's probably 100,000 people at this concert.
Oh my God.
And still, StubHub tickets are $1,800 a person.
Coldplay wins the the world music
most expensive
award. I mean, Taylor Swift, I think, takes that gig.
That's a good point. I think Swift is more expensive than it. Screw that. I'm not paying that money. We'll go sit outside of the stadium.
Take a listen from the outdoors.
Yeah, we'll be okay, I think. But whatever, who knows? Last minute, we might try and snag some affordable tickets, but there's no way I'm paying $1,800 to see Coldplay.
Yeah, that's insanity.
So we're going to take a couple weeks off.
Yes.
I mean, if something big happens, we'll hop on the pod or we'll record a quick episode. But you've been gracious enough. You kind of encouraged me to be like, just enjoy your time.
Relax for a little bit. Yeah. It's been a crazy year. So definitely well-deserved, much-deserved time off.
I appreciate that. And we're going to come back super charged up, super European. I'm going to have like really tight pants. It's going to be amazing. Can I get you anything from Italy?
I brought you some sardines.
No. I'm next leveling. You want cheese?
Cheese?
Yeah. No, lactose.
Yeah. I also don't love cheese.
You don't like cheese? I'm not a big cheese guy.
Yeah. You're not a big cheese guy?
No. Yeah. I don't like cheese.
Wow. On pasta?
Yes. No?
No go.
What?
No go. Absolutely not.
Parm a little.
Nothing. No. Ruins it. If somebody pours it and they're like, do you want the rest of mine? Which gets offered to me quite a bit. The answer is no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cheese on a burger?
Melted, you know what? I figured out the divided factor is it's melted.
Grilled cheese, it's a go.
I've had the stacks of grilled cheese sandwiches. I've had 100%.
Yeah, so melted cheese is fine.
Melted cheese is okay, just not the super strong
old age
stuff
like that. Blue cheese on chicken wings?
No,
really?
No go.
Joseph D. Joey.
I'll do the garlic sauce. I'll do ranch all day long, but
blue cheese is where you draw the line.
That's the line. Right.
I got to take you to Buffalo to try those wings though.
I'll give them a shot. They looked like picture perfect.
Yeah.
Your picture could have been on their menu at the bottom corner.
Thank you. Put a lot of effort into that photo. Trying to think what to get to. Oh, Caciocavallo cheese is like this cheese that used to be aged on a horse.
Yeah.
And how they do it in my nonna's town in Abruzzo, shout out Campo di Giove, they hang it over these almost like grills and the cheese just drips down. So it is melted cheese, but it is also an older cheese.
Strength of it is it's what's going to be the determining factor.
I think you'll like it. I could do it. Like I'm not a big fan of those strong cheeses.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll bring you back some horse cheese.
All right.
That's what it's called.
It's called horse cheese?
Well, it's aged on a horse. Back in the day, they would have these balls hanging off the horses. So when they would travel from...
That's so funny.
Yeah, Caciocavallo.
When you really think about how cheese is made, it's nasty. Like when you actually think, cheese is mold.
Yeah.
It's just mold.
So are mushrooms. Mushrooms fungus.
I love mold. I mean, my mushrooms...
I'm getting you a t-shirt. I love mold. You like mushrooms?
Love mushrooms.
Same.
All day long.
Yeah.
Portobello mushroom, like
Porcini.
Burgers, I'm all on for.
Oh yeah, you're a big portobello guy.
Yeah,
Every time we burger order, you're like, throw a portobello in there.
Yeah, mushrooms all day long. Mushrooms with steak all day.
Yeah.
I can just eat mushrooms as like my main meal, honestly.
Ever tried mushrooms and rice?
Like a risotto kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom used to make, Campbell soup, cream of mushroom.
Yeah.
Put that over rice. Apparently no one else has done this. Because I showed my wife, she's like, people don't do that.
I was going to say, that sounds real odd.
It's amazing.
Really?
Oh, it's my favorite rice.
Oh, that sounds like a quick, easy meal.
Cream of mushroom and rice. Boom.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Man, I only just started making rice with broth. With broth for the first time. And I'm like, why did I ever not do this before? I do minute rice.
That's okay.
With water.
No judgment.
It's so tasteless.
Yeah.
Bone broth or bone broth. Why not?
Why not? Live it up a little.
Keep saying bone broth.
Should we get some new listings we got this week?
Yeah, we should. We're going on tangents all over the place.
Maybe we should just be a food podcast.
Honestly.
Forget this real estate gig. We'll do fishing and food.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Next week, tune in for Captain Tao from Real Fishing Adventures.
So new listings are coming up.
Yeah.
That came up.
You got a hot one.
Yeah, new one. We got 213 Langley.
Yep.
If you're looking for Riverdale, this is a basement suite that we put back up.
Beautiful basement suite.
Beautiful basement suite. It was renovated somewhat recently, so everything is like brand spanking new. Really high ceilings, so you don't get that claustrophobic basement feel.
Yep.
Also, it's got a private separate entrance, which is really nice. Your front door has like a nice open window. You have you have a separate bedroom, living room, and kitchen. So it's laid out really functionally.
Lots of natural light.
Yeah, lots of decent natural light and like pot lights throughout. So like the brightness is not an issue in this place. We're up right now at 2,000 per month, and that's what's happening.
See what comes of it. Yeah,
we're like right by Gerrard Square too.
Riverdale, you said, yeah?
Yeah, Riverdale.
Ooh, Gerrard Square has a really good 2-for-1 pizza. It's been there for a long time. That oven's seen things. I love my 2-for-1 from Gerrard Square.
Gerrard Square, honestly.
It's so nice.
Yeah, it is actually a great...
the Home Depot?
Yeah. That Home Depot was... when I was building the studio back in the day, that Home Depot was constant trips.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money in that place.
Yeah, no, love it. I have a moisture detector.
Yeah.
I bought it from that Home Depot.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Then I got myself a slice of deluxe pizza.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. I got one.
Let's hear it.
River City Phase 3, 170 Bayview. This is, in my opinion, one of the most architecturally stunning buildings in the city. Mm-hmm. It is done so incredibly well. It almost looks like wind is blowing through it. They kind of have like an ombre effect. It's just next level.
It stands out when you're driving down like Bayview.
Adelaide.
Coming down that way when you're seeing it through the trees. It's it does. It's a standout building. It
stands out. It's so cool. It's got that Kubert looking, like, remember Kubert, the video game?
It's got the blocky
Kubert looky feel to it. I always like looking from Adelaide. If you're staring east, it looks so prominent. Well, we got a listing in there. Is what I'm trying to say about this long-winded story. Really affordable too. It is a proper studio, so it doesn't have a technical bedroom, but it definitely has the allotted space to comfortably fit a bedroom, fit a bed in there. And we're priced at only $424,000. This is one of those units. It's got incredible views. It overlooks Corktown Common, which Nilu from Media Ram and I, we did our photos. We walked through there. It is.
I love Corktown Common.
So nice.
Yeah, it's a huge selling feature for that Corktown Canary area.
Yeah.
Because you stare into that park, it's all greenery and 18 acres.
18 acres. You forget you're in the city. Perfect for dogs. They have some swamp area. We were just hanging out there. We saw the blackbirds. We saw some frogs. It was a really cool experience. Yeah. Like right at your front door to have that. I live on the Beltline Trail, and like that is the most used amenity. I'm on that thing every day.
Yeah.
Just a walk to clear your head, a quick run, and Corktown Commons is.
It's important when you're living in a smaller condo like that. To have outdoor space at your fingertips is super important.
And this one does have a really good sized balcony overlooking Corktown Commons, so you get the best of both. 9-foot ceilings, exposed concrete, really well done. It's we went in there together. We were both pleasantly surprised by the overall layout of it.
It's also like immaculately, like it's
upkept.
Upkept really well.
Super clean. They took good care of it. It's a LEED certified building, LEED Gold certified building. People don't really talk about LEED that much anymore, but it was a big thing in the early 2010s. Mm-hmm. So this is a very environmentally friendly building. The maintenance fees are incredibly affordable for that reason, and they do a really good job at minimizing their carbon footprint. So if you're interested in any of those items, this is the building for you. It's $424,000,
which is fantastic,
and that's the price. That's not with offers. We're not expecting $650,000. That is the price.
That's fantastic.
So I think I like this kind of first part of the podcast because it was a good therapy session. It was a good way to just escape from the week we've had, because it's been, as we mentioned last week, a tougher market. And some tough deals we're trying to put together here with some tough agents. And this isn't just a reflection of the last week. I think what we decided to do was put together a list of ways that your realtor may be killing your deal for you. Little things that the realtors can do to really throw things sideways.
You know what? When you have, I guess the doorway to becoming a real estate agent is fairly
wide.
Fairly wide. It's fairly simple to get your license. So, and it's always birth by fire. You always just start. You can get some real bad professionalism, I will say. Tough people to work with. If you fall under the wrong umbrella, you could be practicing terribly. And because that's how you're being taught. So this is the list of, we got a list of 7 ways that a realtor can kill your deal.
You might not even know. You might think, well, how come this is not getting accepted? And meanwhile, it's unfortunately the representation you've chosen. And there's a much larger good group of people, I would say, than the bad. But when you come across the bad, boy, is it bad. I think we should start with Joey's number one reason why your realtor might be killing your deal, because this gave me a chuckle, and it gets me every time when people. So get into it without any further ado.
I'm gonna say this in entirety. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
This is the main. I'm going to say this is my main and favorite note.
That's probably the biggest way a realtor can kill your deal, is just their overall demeanor and attitude towards the other side.
It's the second you become. I mean, just think about it in just talking to a person in front of you. The second you become hostile, or the second you become aggressive, you are going to get pushback on everything.
That's right.
Your life is now not going to be made easy, and every new thing that you're going to ask for is going to be more strenuous. There's other consequences that come with it. I'll tell you, if I'm dealing with somebody who's doing this, I'm more reluctant to update them on information consistently. I'm more reluctant to just speak with them, right? Yeah. Every phone call is now a chore, and it becomes more of an opportunity and more of like a growth for like miscommunication or just good transparency between two people trying to make something happen together. Right. It becomes more of a measuring contest of sorts.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think the conception a lot of times in the media, and especially in some of these reality shows, wink, wink, $1 million listing, don't talk to me. I'm in the VIP. Don't talk to me. Is that realtors fight each other to get the deal done. And I think those that pick up on those cues are very misguided and not going to be very successful in this business. I'm dealing with a situation right now where I've got a house and 3 other people have the same listing on the same street. Mm-hmm. We are working together so harmoniously, and it has been the greatest experience in the toughest of situations because all of us are trying to communicate and help one another sell their property.
Right.
So if we had put our backs up and not talked to each other, not only would the market have been hard, not only would the sale have been difficult, we now have to fight against 3 other people to try to make it happen.
Right.
You never know where you're going to be sitting across someone on the other side of the table. So to have your back up and be rude this one time could bite you so much further down the road.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of agents in the city, but it's a small community, and bad news always travels fast. So, I mean, just remember that people are going through things on the other side. It's real estate's a very stressful transaction in its own right, especially in a tougher market. So I think just biting your tongue sometimes and not really responding in an aggressive way goes tremendously far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even just having some empathy with the other person, like, hey man, like I see you're really pissed off with this. Like, is everything okay? Is your buyer giving you a hard time? Is the seller being tough with you? Like, just opening up with the agent tends to just smooth the whole process.
It lets everybody communicate a little easier and less guards up. I'm going to also add to this of warning clients.
Yeah.
When somebody is acting like that, my conversation with my clients is, hey, this isn't going to be fun. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
The conversations have been hostile. It's been, the deal doesn't end when the paperwork gets signed.
Very good point.
There is so much more to the process. There's potential conditional periods. There's the lead up to closing where there's going to be buyer's visits and talks before closing actually takes place.
Yep.
If you're dealing with somebody who's already putting this bravado out there, you're likely to kind of experience that
multiple times throughout that process.
Multiple times. How's closing going to look? What are they going to complain about once they get in the house? Try to push back on. Are they going to get lawyers involved to try to just like adjust things and make it just life a hell of a lot worse?
Yeah. No, I like that. So don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
That's our first pillar of advice to those agents out there. Second one.
Yeah. Speed in responses.
Yeah. Respond in a timely manner.
Yeah. I like how you kind of put this, which is we're in 2024.
Yes.
There is no excuse to delay responses at this point.
Good or bad news, I think you got to deliver it.
Yeah.
I try to be as open and transparent to the other side as possible to let them know what I'm dealing with. Yeah. So if it's like an elderly couple or a divorce case or something of that nature, you don't have to disclose all those finer details, but just say like, you know what, the situation right now for the sellers is a little bit difficult. This property is very important to them, whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But saying that goes a long way. So at least the buyer's agent knows what you're dealing with.
Well, I think that's the key point is it's not about, you don't need the answer at this second. You need to communicate.
Exactly.
When I hear radio silence and if I'm trying to get in touch with somebody and I'm hearing radio silence and irrevocability is coming up or whatever the case, like first off, not just me, and I'm much calmer than a client would be,
right?
But impatience starts to come through and irritation, and that can lead to just like hostility just in that time period. Yeah. And it doesn't take much just to say, hey, sorry, I have a couple of meetings, but I will get back to you. Or the client is X.
Working, whatever. Yeah.
As soon as I get an answer, I'll let you know.
Yeah. I'm anticipating a response later this evening.
Right.
And if later this evening comes and you don't have a response, as a realtor, you reach out to the other side and you say, hey, look, I was hoping to touch base around 7. Yeah. It hasn't come up yet. I'm keeping you posted. I'll let you know when I hear something more.
100%.
If I'm on the buyer side, I feel so much more confident. Okay, you are actually looking at my offer. You guys are working towards making an agreement happen. Take your time. All good.
So much so. And it really boils down to like just trusting that it's all done in good faith.
Yeah.
That there's no, if radio silence happens, suspicions raise all over the place.
Yeah.
What are they not telling me? Is there something else happening like behind the scenes that they're just trying to like fix before they respond or whatever the case? It's just like, it's the trust barrier, right? Like the more you can trust that the other side is in good faith going through this practice, then the more comfortable you'll feel, the less pushback you're going to have.
Yeah.
and just overall just a smoother experience.
Yeah, and in this market, buyers have opportunities. There's not like you're not fighting as hard as you were in previous months and years. So from the buyer side, they could be completely turned off. Oh, the seller's not responding. They're not interested. Gone on to the next.
Totally.
And boom, you just lost it simply because you didn't say my client's working.
Right.
Like such a simple thing could go such a far way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aggressiveness. Overly aggressive with negotiations. Now, I'm I'm a product of this. When I came into real estate, I started relatively young. I thought I had to be like, you read those Donald Trump books before you know what Donald Trump has become. Okay, like the art of negotiation, I have to crush my opponent completely. Especially as a young agent, I started very aggressively because I thought that was the way to get it done. Mm-hmm. I very quickly learned within 1 or 2 deals that gets you absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Just check the aggression at the door.
I'm so with you, and I had the same experience. My first, if you watch $1 Million Listing, anything, your immediate instinct is like, it's always this fists up kind of situation.
How can I outfox you? How can I, be the more aggressor to get the deal done?
Yeah. And the happiness level on everybody's front is much worse.
Depleted. Yeah. Like we work together to get deals done. I don't care what brokerage or what agent that person is part of.
Yeah.
The goal is to have this buyer and seller complete their deal.
Yeah.
Put all that crap aside, sit down, make it happen.
Yeah.
Have you been sworn at? Has anyone told you? I've been called a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely.
I got accused of ageism once. I was like, I don't care how old your client is, but sure. I mean, the swearing, the pissing fits, all that, it never goes far.
No. I'm going to add to the overly aggressive negotiations piece of it because this doesn't just happen with attitude. I think this is also in your offer itself. So whether it be your first counter offer or your initial offer too aggressive or overly aggressive asks can turn off a deal real fast.
Yeah.
If you're asking for, anything, even terms.
Yeah.
Even terms. If you're getting too specific on every little thing in the house, then there's a good chance that seller's going to look at it and think to himself, headache.
Yeah.
Let's wait for something better. So be cautious of that. Even an overly aggressive offer can kill a deal pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Should we get into some transparency?
Yeah. Transparency, I think, is so this is our one counterpoint, which is transparency could pull the deal together.
Yeah.
I think that it's super important that you know when to really utilize. Like, don't get me wrong, keep your cards close to your chest.
Sure.
There's specific information that you should keep close to your chest, but there's certain moments when transparency can really take you so much farther than trying to just hide everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This happened to me. I don't know how many deals has this happened that's actually worked out in my favor, and I've actually got the deal done because of it. Including actually, the one that I can think of recently ended up being that, and it was a sight unseen condo that was offered on. We hadn't seen it, but there was a bidding war that took place immediately, so we had to jump on it really quickly. And
this is a rental?
This was a purchase.
Nice.
And we ended up going through with it, and knowing full well we hadn't seen it, I was very transparent. Mind you, we were the price point was right as well, or else I don't think anything would have flown. But because I was transparent and it was sight unseen, and it was conditional sight unseen. So because I was transparent on the fact that we were doing this in good faith and that everything was well intentioned. And just gave as much of a backstory as I could on my client. It ended up allowing us to get that deal, and in doing so, it all worked out. Went through the conditional period, everything went firm. Here we are.
Yeah, it's like you had that moment of vulnerability where you're being open and honest to the other side, saying, "Look, we really like this place. We haven't seen it yet. We're going to bring you an offer conditional upon us seeing it.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?" And I think that establishes the trust on the other side that much more quicker and faster.
Right.
And it just makes everyone feel better. Whereas opposed to if you're like, you'll ask the agent straight out, has your client actually seen this place? Whoa. Then you get that feeling of like, okay, I don't trust you now in any sense.
Yes.
Right. It's like, show me how you do anything that tells me how you do everything.
Yeah.
You get that instant feeling of like, okay, whereas if you just be straight up like, you know what, this market's super competitive right now. I wasn't able to see it, but this is where we're at.
Yeah.
Cool. Understood. I can go with those parameters, convey that to my client and make the deal happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It does do wonders, honestly.
Number 5 on professionalism. Yeah. So going back to the name calling, I mean, I'm pretty casual, I guess. I don't wear suits. I talk very, everyday-esque. I don't try to come across super not professional, like, you know, that like high
intellect level to 100 kind of thing.
Yeah. But what I find is people sometimes get a little comfortable with that, too comfortable. And they'll talk to me like, yo, bro, like, bro. I'm like, why are you talking to me like this? And I think maybe it's just I come across as a little bit easygoing type thing. So maybe they're just trying to connect with me on that level. But I cannot stand being called bro when I'm trying to negotiate a deal with somebody. Bro, just bring them up, bro. Come on, help me out here. No, I'm not helping you out. I'm representing my client. That's what I'm doing here. I've been called my dear. My dear.
That's a nice one.
No. I didn't like that for some reason. And yes, it made me feel very not taken seriously. Like, oh dear, like pat you on your head.
Yeah.
My child. You are not my daddy.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
I am not your child. It's like, oh, my child, you're going to have to come up substantially. I'm like, oh, my grandmother. Bro, there's no one else coming to the table. Our data supports what we're bringing you. Let's make something happen here. Habibi. I've been called Habibi.
You've been called Habibi?
Habibi.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like that. Yeah. It means my dear, but it just sounds that much more nice. But yeah, if you're agent, if you're working with an agent and you hear them talking to the other side and like, bro, let's just get this deal done. You might want to reconsider where you found your agent from. It's not, I don't know. To me, it's a little off-putting when people kind of start with that.
Yeah. That's fair. Comfortability, unprofessionalism can I add sloppy paperwork to this?
Please do.
I can't stand sloppy paperwork.
Please do.
The second an agent is not taking the profession like that seriously. Like, yeah, you can talk in just straight plain English.
Yeah. As humans, we can communicate for sure.
Yeah. It makes the process more comfortable. And like, yeah, I totally see that. But you know, when you're having that moment of
the patronizing of it of all.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you get the offer and there's something in there that you're like, who wrote this?
Yeah, exactly.
You double, questioning the other side and thinking like, this is not someone, I don't feel the confidence in this person to get this deal done.
Right. Again, sloppy paperwork indicates, hey guys, just a heads up, like the agent is pretty sloppy so far. This is a warning to your clients. And like, yeah, 100%.
This trend's probably going to continue throughout the process. And that's this week I dealt with one offer that had some very sloppy paperwork and two things with that. Yeah, it shows unprofessionalism, but two, my client's not signing it.
Right.
I'm not putting them in a position where you can simply change it, sure. But now when they don't understand why you made the change, you're dealing with a whole other can of worms of trying to explain to them, like, this is wrong, blatantly wrong for these reasons.
Yeah.
I sold a condo, Aura, in the heat of the market. We had 6 offers come in, and one offer was just, in terms of chattels or stuff they were asking for, they wanted us, this is a 2-bedroom condo. They wanted us to include the hot tub, the pool, all the furniture, and the swing set. And I knew I wasn't working with this offer for a variety of reasons, but that took the cherry on the cake. So I called up the agent. I'm like, hey, sorry, where's the swing set? This is a 2-bedroom condo at Yonge and Gerrard. There's no pool, hot tub, or swing set.
Yeah.
Oh, my office wrote the offer up for me. What? Did you even see the unit at this point? Like, scary times, man.
I remember, actually, I've gotten one similar to it. I remember I got an offer. It was for a lease listing, and the offer ended up being, so we were up for like, I think it might have been this Langley lower unit way back when. And it was a sight unseen offer, and it was done, and the price point was like $3,200 that they put towards to us. Yeah.
Wow.
The names were wrong, the addresses were wrong. Wow. Lots of mistakes, and I called him and I was like, I just want to clarify, like, are you offering this? And he didn't know who I was, he didn't know who he sent it to. It was like, immediately, even if this guy did end up coming back, I would be warning all over the place.
Yeah.
This is a hardcore red flag. Yeah. This is sloppy paperwork, man.
Yeah. I had one with a quasi-famous current celebrity. I had the listing, and the agent on the other side brought us their paperwork. Yeah. And I was like, wow, for a person of this stature to be working with an agent who got it this bad, the Schedule B, which is the set of terms and rules that we asked the tenants to agree to, was from a completely separate company. It wasn't even our company who produced it. And I was like, man, this guy should really do his research with who he's working with, because this is like, this is scary stuff.
Yeah, man. Those are binding contracts you're signing. Oh, that's so crazy to me. So nuts to me.
Setting the expectations.
Oh, yeah. Setting expectations. I think this is probably one of the fastest ways to kill a deal because it happens before. I mean, like it can happen really quickly
before the paperwork gets even signed. You've already set yourself up for failure.
Yeah. It happens in the initial conversations.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the seller side.
Yeah.
Setting expectations about what the actual price that they could sell their property.
I like that.
There is so many, and I've seen it so many times where agents will quote unquote buy a listing because they'll say, I can sell it for this much money. They'll take the listing on and let it sit and slowly reduce price one moment at a time until you're actually where you need to be. It's such a disservice to sellers. Your listing starts to look stale. People question why it never sold. And not only that, but even if you do get an offer that's actually in the pocket of what it should sell for, the seller has another number in mind. So they're going to feel slighted. They're going to feel lowballed and it's never going to feel the same because they've already been picturing this number for so long that
you told them is achievable.
Yeah. Now everything's going to feel like your agent didn't do his job and you didn't get the number you were supposed to get. It's all going to feel lowball.
Meanwhile, that was never attainable in the first place.
Yeah.
I like that.
We'll kill deals all over the place.
Yeah. I'm going to flip on the other side.
Do it.
If you're representing a buyer and you're promising this incredibly lowball number, like, oh, this guy must be desperate. We can get it for $250,000 under.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've bought your buyer just like you buy the listing. It's a similar type of thing. You think, well, damn, if I can get that much of a deal on it, write it up. Let's make it happen. Then you present the offer and the other side's like, you're way
straight offensive. Yeah.
Way out to lunch. Yeah. And the simple way to remedy this on both sides, buyer or seller, is back it up with facts.
Right.
If you can show that this listing is overpriced by $250,000, show it to me.
Right.
I will go back to my sellers and say, guys, I told you we're priced too high. This is what the market says. And now this is what the offer says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still your decision if you want to accept it. However, let's just be real with where we're going with this.
Yeah. 100%.
It kills me quite a bit when I'm on the listing side and a buyer's agent comes in and says, the market's soft. Here's my offer. It's $250,000 under.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anything else sell at that level? I could agree with you that the market's soft. We can negotiate, maybe get you 5-10% down, whatever. We'll figure that out. But to just throw an arbitrary number like that and say, because the market's soft, therefore you have to give it to me at what?
No.
Make sure your agent comes prepared.
Yeah, but and even on the agent side to his buyer clients, like if you're promising this gigantic number off and you don't come close to that number, you're not going to push forward with it. So the buyer might have this expectation that he's going to get to, maybe he can actually afford it and just thinks he's going to get a really good deal.
Sure. Your agent killed the deal for you.
Your agent killed the deal for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is the final.
Yeah.
The final one.
And I kind of alluded to this before, but I think this deserves a point of its own.
Yeah.
If your agent is outsourcing the writing of the deal, they're using a secretary in the office to write up your deal for you, they're probably going to kill the deal for you. There's going to be errors in it. That goes back to the points we made earlier of just level of trust lost.
Yeah. That's completely fair. Right. And this is right. You talked about this with your Aura.
Yeah, with my swing set.
Your swing set that you promised somebody.
And she just completely had no concept that what was even in the offer. Now, how scary is that? You've got this buyer signing something that they're trusting that you've prepared based on the research you've put in. Yeah. And this is, like you said, a legally binded contract. Yeah,
it's terrifying. I have seen straight assistants of realtors handle this, which as long as they're super in tune with what that realtor's doing, you can get away with it.
And if the realtor double checks before they have you sign it, which is crucially important.
Also very important. But 100%, it's again, so this buyer has now read the fact that they're going to get a swing set and signed off on it.
Yep.
And then that's going to be sent in. So what else in that contract do they think it's going to be incorrect, and that isn't?
Right.
All of that. You question one thing, you question the whole thing.
Yeah.
I
don't think I'll ever outsource my deal writing.
No, that makes sense.
Even with an assistant, I don't think so, because we spend considerable amount of time checking Geo Warehouse, checking all the back records, doing all that research to make sure what we saw matches up what's on the MLS listing and what's going to be in our actual paperwork. Yeah. That to give that to somebody who's not seen the unit, who has no concept of what our concerns are in it.
Right.
It's, for me, I'm not ready to let go of that control.
Yeah. No, I think that's the right move. I'll be in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's too much of a control freak in general to let that just kind of okay, just take care of it. Let me know when it's done.
We have a big responsibility for these assets of, several hundreds, if not millions of dollars, that you should be damn well checking every last T and I and making sure it's done as correctly as possible.
Yeah.
That's our list of.
That's our list of ways you can kill a deal. I guess it's 6. list of 6 with 7, with number 7 being
bonus.
The bonus.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yeah. I think it was just more also a little bit of a rant session of some of the crazy things we've seen in the last couple of weeks. And it's like downswing in the market brings out some really questionable practices.
Yeah. It really shows who shines in these moments.
Yeah. And I guess let's end it on a positive. There's been some fantastic agents who, even when they catch an error, we're human. I've made small mistakes, but still mistakes. And the other side says, hey, just want to double check this with you. I thought that went so much further than berating you, saying, hey, you screwed this up. And even when I catch a mistake on the other side, I take that same approach. I reach out, like you said, are you sure this is the offer you want to write? Something just doesn't add up. Maybe there was a slight mistake or something like that. That goes such a long way to the other side.
Yes.
So back to point 1, just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Just try to, I hate cheese and don't be a dick. Those are the 2 slogans I'm getting for your next custom t-shirt. Maybe I'll find you in Italy.
I love mold. Yeah.
I love mold. Sorry. Not I hate cheese. I love mold.
I'll wear both t-shirts. I don't mind.
We got a whole line coming this fall. The Toronto Living's I Love Mold collection.
Love it.
Anything? What are you going to do when I'm gone?
I don't know. I'm going to be just spinning around in circles.
No. You'll be fine. I don't mean business-wise. You'll be more than fine in that sense. I meant more like, do you have anything planned? You guys going anywhere?
No, we're pretty, the trips have taken place. I think we're just
hanging tight this summer.
Yeah, lots of activities happening this summer. Yeah, lots of get-togethers. People just having housewarmings.
You're a big get-together guy. I like that.
Yeah,
you're always with big groups of people.
Yeah, we whenever you can pull me out of the house and I got the energy for it, 100%.
You're down. You're going with it. No, I like that. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, this has been good, and I guess I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Enjoy your trip.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening to the Toronto Living's Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.